Hello, welcome back to another edition of Talkin'Smack. We've been asleep, I'm not going to lie, it's been a long time since we've recorded, so we're back bigger than ever, and what better way to do it with me as your host, Sam Bradford as your co-host. How are we, brother?
Good, mate. Good to be here. Good
Fantastic. To be back. We've got two special guests with us, a part of the Bonsai band. We got Joe. We got Charlotte. Woo! Fantastic. They're going to be talking about upcoming festivals, how they became a band, who they are, and all the upcoming future events. Make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back, baby!
Yeah, ready.
Alright, so we're back. We're going to be talking about Powder Kegs Night for Music Health, to raise money for a day for Geordie, which is, thank you guys for being there.
Of course.
Our pleasure.
Expand into things like bands and going out on nights and things like that. It's huge. So tell us from your perspective how Powder Keg got in contact with you, why you guys chose to do it, and the night from your perspective.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, initially Powder Keg reached out to us as, they must have been trying to get a list together of bands, and we've played lots of gigs with them before.
Yeah,
we've supported them, they've supported us. So instantly, in our group, we were like, this is something we definitely want to be part of. Don't care about not getting paid for it. Awesome lineup. We're just stoked to be on such a jam-packed night.
I think we were one of the last to join the lineup, to be honest. I think I can't remember if we were trying to figure out if we could commit to it or something was happening, but we knew the majority of the bands.
Oh yeah, everyone wanted to do it. I think
Yeah.
potentially there were a few people that were like, oh, I don't think I'm here at that time, but we made it work.
You said one or two bands as well. It was oh no, we need the money right now and things like that, which is at the end of the day fine. If you want to pursue a career out of this, you do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then when I found out 7 or 8 artists at the end of the day that were willing to donate the time for free and just have a wicked night.
We were all so fucking
and we were a Powder Keg gig is a fucking good gig. So we just knew it was going to be a good time. Even times where they've supported us, it's been unreal, and their crew in the crowd have made the gig. So we already knew it was going to be
crazy motherfucker.
Were you there when they were played at the Hobart Brewing Co? And there was
we weren't there. No,
there was a bloke hanging on top.
Yes, we heard about
and it's
so
fucking high. Yeah. It's not like when you go to uni bar and you hang off uni bar.
Yeah.
That was actually our bass player, Carl.
But yeah, this bloke and then this Powder Keg wanted to keep playing. You need to close it down because I got there a little late.
Yeah.
And I was I want a beer, and nah, the bar's closed. I'm what?
People smashing glasses.
So early. He's nah. It's we have to close. I'm fuck.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Honestly, aside from the fact that we knew it was going to be a really great night, just with hearing about what it was actually for, we were we're on board 100%. If us just providing our music is going to do something for this event, let's offer it.
Yeah. We were more than happy to be there, and we felt
it was such
pretty
a
honoured
great
to be
gig.
a part of it as
So you
well.
met them through music, or did you know them?
Yeah, no, we just met those. We sort of I don't know if we kicked off around the same time. It was pretty it was. I think Powder Keg had been around a little bit longer, but gigs just happened.
I feel when we were gigging, we wanted to search for kind of bands that were similar to us, maybe a slightly different vibe to us, but kind of have the same sort of values and just want to play and stuff like that. And I think Jed actually was the one that might have surfaced up Powder Keg's name.
Seen them play somewhere.
Yeah, he's seen them prior to us being together.
Yeah.
And was we should do a gig with them. So we kind of made it our priority to
we just touch base
form
on
a relationship.
I think you guys have a good balance.
Just work.
It's awesome. It's actually great.
From my from my taste of music, I think it's brilliant.
We love it. We will always reach out to play with them for a gig. Yeah,
we've been blessed with some gigs with them. It's great.
So
because even though they're on the bit more of a heavier side than us sometimes, it's a beautiful part about our band is that we're very adaptable. We can turn the fuck up on the gain.
Or we can sit into a support slot.
Yeah,
for a
heavier
heavier band.
I think it's yin and yang, isn't it?
It's really great.
It's great. The dynamic's awesome. When we have an acoustic act, then us or Powder Keg, it's always so good. It's a great dynamic.
It's great. Yeah, it'll work either way, and it has consistently done that for the last year. So look forward to more gigs with them for sure, and definitely felt immense, satisfaction and
it was awesome to be like,
gig.
it was awesome to be like included in who like they wanted to play on that fundraiser gig. Like that was good. It was great.
It was a great gig.
Awesome.
I was going to ask personal questions for both of you. So when you were growing up, was there any like one certain genre, or was there a certain band or a certain individual that kind of stood out to you? We'll start with you, Joe. If you, I don't know.
You said your mum. Well, what was your mum singing? Like you said, your mum was singing around the house. What was your mum singing?
We just used to have so many CDs in the car.
Classic.
But yeah, predominantly a shitload of Cat Stevens, a lot of ABBA.
ABBA, nice, yeah.
Very like mum realm, but like I still to this day like love Cat Stevens. But as far as like growing up as a young boy, my grandfather would absolutely blast Elvis Presley around the house. So I don't know if it had like a huge like impact on me musically and like the music that I want to create, but it definitely put me in like an environment that made me want to dance and sing and express in some way. So
I'd say how you feel like when you are writing music or performing, is that how you kind of want the crowd to kind of react the same way you?
I definitely feel like it's an expression of me, and it's either, you know, for me it feels like a mask is coming off.
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah, that's definitely how it feels to me.
Really like that. That's spot on.
And what were your sort of inspirations?
Yeah, I grew up with like a mixed bag of music and genres. My dad was a musician. He was in a band that were like pretty popular in Melbourne before I was born. My mum was also a cellist and a pianist. So like musical family, but I grew up with my mum and my auntie, like just the two of us living together. So it was a mixed bag of what we listened to, like MGMT, Angus and Julie Stone.
Yeah, nice.
But my favourite album when I was probably like 4 was it was a Pearl Jam album. What was it?
I do love you, Pearl Jam.
Was it 10? I think it was 10. Even Flow was my favourite song. But then like Kings of Leon, Fleetwood Mac,
classic.
U2 from my nan, A Beautiful Day in the Car, like every time in the car with my nan, like core memories.
So good mix.
Like, yeah, like pretty diverse.
In the cars.
Yeah.
Just growing up in cars and your parents just pumping tunes.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Nirvana's the
it's
other
a great
classic.
time, isn't it? I feel like everyone will probably hold a moment in their life where they've sat in a vehicle with one of their parents and either their mother or father just fucking pumps something.
Even when I listen to like older like Empire of the Sun, like I'm transported to like the cassette in my auntie's car.
Yeah.
Like
I'm transported to, I don't know if you guys play games, I'm transported to FIFA. When I hear Empire, there's one song on there.
In the game itself.
I'm just like every time the game will come on.
Takes you straight back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Partly Paddock, look forward to that this year. It's going to be sick. Besides you guys not playing.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's unreal.
But you can't.
Are you guys attending that?
Oh, I'm undecided. I'm honestly,
I'm
I'm
not
considering going the day that
I'm on the
Empire of the
fence,
Sun's
personally.
playing.
I'm volunteering in the med tent. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
it's free.
Oh, yeah.
It's free.
Oh, you need a band-aid? Shush.
It'll be like, it'll be more this there, mate. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean there, mate?
Buddy.
Just hold it, yeah. It's like, oh, can we get some red frogs over here? No, awesome. Well, let's talk about your big gig, probably the one to kick off or end the year and kick off the next year is Great Escape.
Yeah. 2 in 1.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna be a lot of fun. We are absolutely over the moon.
Prepping for it.
We were meant to play last year, but they changed the date because they used to be in March.
Yeah,
changed
I
the
was
festival
surprised
to
with
New
New
Year's.
Year's.
So we were booked last year, and then it worked out that we couldn't play their new change dates. I was like, oh fuck! So we've been like on the march for this gig for so long.
Were you locked into this? Excuse me. Were you locked into this year then, or because you didn't play? Like, will they say, well,
pretty much?
You can't play this year.
Yeah,
you get next year.
Pretty much. We were like, because they were communicating with us, and then they were like, when we realised the date change, we were going, oh fuck! So we had to, bail pretty quickly on that. But yeah, they pretty much handballed us straight into this year. So we've had something to look forward to. The whole year, sort of knowing this is coming, even if it's not like completely confirmed, but we've sort of known that the seeds are planted and they're growing.
And then when the lineup drops, we can be like, okay, now we can jump.
Do you know when you're playing yet, or you're not allowed to say it because they actually haven't posted it yet?
I don't know. Let's just not say it. I don't know because build the
surprise.
hype. Yeah, I don't know.
Surprise, mate.
Probably like New Year's night, like
No.
11.
Well, it could be 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 10 a.m. and like 11 p.m. Like,
I
you
mean,
never
I
know.
guess we could probably say we're on the second day.
Yeah, we're
playing
playing
on the
we're
second
playing on the
day.
second
So
day,
New Year's
which
Eve
is,
we're playing, which
sick.
we're so excited for. Like that'd be great.
Well, still at Redbanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nugent.
new gesture.
No reception. Best way to have a festival.
Yes,
It's great, hey?
Bring your own.
It's like
That's what made me. I think, wow, bring your own.
Old school party in the paddock. Bring your own
Yeah.
alcohol.
No,
as
that's
well.
all. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
trying to figure out what sort of like legal laws, like what legislation do you need to have a BYO festival? How
They
I think
have a
it's
limit.
I think
They
it's
have a
how a
limit.
cap of how many people can actually attend.
Mm.
Like you
But
can't
like,
have like a festival
what?
like Party in the Paddock having
No.
16,000 people.
They
Bring your
also-
own grog.
They also have a limit of how much you can like declare in your car.
Yeah, I think it's a carton
Or it's like a bottle of.
yeah. You
Sure.
can't bring glass.
Some
It
people
just
get
seems
some
like
banging-
listen,
Oh.
I'm stoked, but as like someone that would like love to be involved in making a festival, it sounds like a shit idea. Like just like it does, it's sick, but it sounds.
Did
like
you go
it's
to
a
last
bit
year's?
cheeky. No, I missed out.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
it was
last year.
fine.
Yeah.
Like it was good vibes all
There
around.
you go.
That's
It's
good.
like,
I've
it's a
heard
nice,
it's like
it's a nice small
Yeah.
knit festival.
That's what I've heard.
Previous
About
years I've
2,000,
gone, yeah.
and then they opened like New Year's Eve to like people can come down for a day in camp.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they realise like, oh shit, we actually haven't got the numbers,
Yeah.
and people actually haven't arrived. Don't know what happened there, Bradford. People haven't arrived, so let's just resell the tickets, and then they sold some day
Yeah.
tickets, and then I saw like 8 people I didn't know because you have no reception. Like
Yeah.
you don't know what's
There you
happening.
go.
Like you have to say like back in the
Walkie-talkies?
80s.
Did I was
I've
going to say
actually
that.
got
I was
walkie
That's a
talkies.
good shout.
Maybe we can just get that. For that.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Well, a lot of the
On stage 5, where you at?
a lot of the staff have walkie-talkies
Yeah, of course,
around
yeah.
there because I volunteered last
I
year.
communicate with you.
I'm assuming they sell alcohol there too.
Yeah,
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 they've
you
got,
can get
they've
good.
got like the booze bus and stuff like that. Some of those boys running that, but yeah, it's going to be an incredible thing. Like Great Escape in years I've gone in the past has been the most intimate and nice festival, and maybe it is a bit of like backwards thinking. Like you've made it BYO, so maybe everyone is just super responsible with it. No one feels the need to bring like 3 bottles, 4 bottles, and
And like
fucking
hide
drink them
their
all.
spirits
You know what I mean?
in like
Yeah.
resealed bottles and then like not
Yeah.
know what they're
You just-
drinking.
Told my secret. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I do.
That's
no one
mine
feels the
too.
need.
Got 2 bottles of vodka in each one, or
Yeah.
bottle of vodka in each one, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'd much rather. I think if it's more responsible bringing your own alcohol, because you can then be able to choose what you bring, and you can probably be a bit more, I don't know, maybe responsible.
I've heard-
Well, yeah.
Doubt it, but
Grab a slab
yeah.
instead of like a full bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard from so many people that it's their like favourite Tassie festival
yeah.
from the fact that like
I
it's
found
just
mine
like
as well.
it's
Yeah.
smaller, it's like good vibes all around. The stage situation, like having one main stage.
Yeah, it's great.
So
Yeah,
you're not
especially
battling
one main
between,
stage,
like, who do I
and
see
then like
again?
just a
Stages
DJ.
and
What is
There's
it? The
two-
pavilion, I think it's
Yeah,
called, and then they
there's
got the
and
jungle.
Yeah.
Jungle.
Which that's a little far away, but compared to what Party in the Paddock is and how
I think
big that is,
that
but
sounds
it's
OG party in the paddock.
it's
'Cause I-
yeah,
Yeah,
100%
yeah.
it would be.
I've
Yeah.
been to a 5 party in the paddocks, and I remember for sure when I first started, they would open Yeski and that's it. And then
That's what they did to me last year. They were like, yeah, you're fine,
Oh,
mate.
yeah.
You
I'm
beauty.
one of the worst.
You don't want to
Fully body search.
Like, do you want to look underneath the car?
Fully body search.
Oh, you're fine. Man.
So yeah, it's different. I'm not sure what the security's like when it comes to Great Escape, but they're kind of the ones you want to be.
I don't think I saw.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I saw
Yeah.
any police officers last year.
Yeah. And having like 40 minutes out of Hobart as well. Like it's
Yeah, a
that's
bit
so
more
great.
central.
That's
Well,
so
yeah.
good. Like,
We got there the night, which now they're doing a pre,
They are.
like,
saw
They've
that,
added an
yeah.
extra
which
day.
is like, and you have to spend like an extra $40 or something
Yeah.
like that because my partner's volunteering. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, I'm a Uber, so I don't have to pay, mate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm Steve. Okay, he's staying another day. I'm cheap.
But
But
that leaves me to ask. So when you go to these kind of events like Party in the Paddock and stuff, you guys are there for the whole camping experience as well, or do you kind of just come for your gig? Because that's what a lot of people do.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like for Party in the Paddock, like because
Really
it was
good
a
question.
multiple day festival, we played on the first day, so we kind of got in, got sorted. It was a rush. I couldn't get my lanyard. It was a mess. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, like, cause we played so early, it was a matter of like, okay, we could have our stuff, you know, play and then just enjoy the festival. At least like my mum took my keyboard. She lives in Lonnie, so it was close for her to do that. And then you guys just chucked your guitars in your van, didn't you?
Yeah, we just put them all over again.
I suppose do you have to wait for a lineup because you're an artist? You just like see you motherfuckers.
Well,
I'm going around this
technically,
way.
like our ticket equates
Yeah.
to like a VIP. Like, given we're
Yeah,
not like a
that's
fly-in,
fair,
fly-out
yeah.
artist, our ticket equates to a VIP. So in turn, you can kind of get in a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
I was a stupid bitch and went in GA with my friends.
Like 6 hours behind us.
Yeah, Jed.
You would have been in there already.
We were like camped up. We were just like, shit, is she all good?
What
Jed's
time
like
did-
zooming past me, going, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it was
But
so
at least like for Somersault, it was a one-day festival. Didn't have to
yeah,
worry.
it was great.
But yeah, with Great Escape, like playing on day 2, like it's a bit more like, okay, we've got to take care of our shit. Like,
But we're gonna stick around.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure. Like we, you know, if we don't have to leave then we're gonna stick around, especially if it's for like Great
Like
Escape.
we go anyway, so like playing is just that extra. Like
give me one of those
icing on the
walkie-talkies so we can link up.
100%, dude. Like, I'll give you a lanyard as well. See if I can get one. Get you. You might have your own actually. Yeah, you have your own.
More than this dude.
Yeah, we've actually...
No, that's part of the paddock, not Great Escape.
Right. Yeah.
I did get asked to work it, but it was 2 10-hour shifts doing waste disposal. That's fucking rough. And they wanted me to come back on the 2nd as well. I'm like, you want me to drive?
No.
I'm like, I volunteered last year and they're a wicked bunch of people. Like the people that set it up, I'm like, nah, I've already brought my ticket. I might as well just enjoy it.
Definitely.
So, babe, hook me up with one of those walkie-talkies.
We've spoken to like a few bands in like the travels, like with the gigs we've done with them and stuff, like along the way, and they've actually expressed like how kind of disappointed they are to fly in and fly out. Like at Party in the Paddock, we were talking to a band and they were like, hey, like we wanted to stick around and watch like Ballpark and everyone who's playing, but like they are at the level where like their gear gets brought into the into the boxes and everything, the containers, and then they're off to their accommodation and then they're on to the next.
Well, especially if they had big artist players on the 30th. And then they have to fly to probably Sydney to play the anniversary, like the New Year's. Sorry,
see there's artists on there.
There are overlapping like artists playing at BTV and Great Escape, and they're either on the 30th and flying over for the 31st or vice versa.
So that's huge in itself. Like you don't realise that stuff, and we copped that when we were sort of back making friends with bands as well. Like they're like, oh, we've got to go, or they're like. All their managers, they're like, fucking go, like herding them into the bus like fucking sheep. It's like, go.
Yeah,
that's
do you guys have a manager, agent, or do you guys...
We're independent.
Yeah, probably the way to be. Like, it would be easier to an extent, but in terms of like free flowing and like you get to do what you want, you don't have to be...
Basic Grommet have like...
They've got a
manager.
thing,
but it was interesting to hear. So how do you guys actually like sort? Do you talk to the venue? Do
you have a bonsai admin? Who's the admin of the group?
That's probably me. I do a lot of like the emailing, and Charlotte here does like a fair, like a huge amount of the promo stuff.
So you're mainly on the Insta and sending videos and things like that?
Yeah, and making up the posts and getting them ready.
And
making them videos.
Little videos.
And other boys just get to sit back and enjoy.
They get to plug in and play. Nah.
It's been a good gig, but you know, I like doing the admin role, and the harsh reality of it is like someone has to do it.
And I think we've looked into so many options, we really have, and like we've almost like gone into an area where we could have been, you know, like signed to a contract that might not have been that might not have been suited to us. We love the control we have and like, you know, just doing gigs we want to do and like developing relationships with venues. So we don't actually at this point need anyone to be the middle person. We can manage like the finances and everything. Straight into the Bonsai account. Oh, good.
Yeah. And that's what we've made now. It's just like a shitload of connections with either bands or venues. And just reaching out. Like, honestly, like so many of these like crazy gigs that we've got in like Somersault and stuff like that, which is just ridiculous. I just flung them an email. Like, put your best foot forward. Say what you're there to do. Like, plug that you want to put some like, you know, local music forward. And if they're interested, and you know they fucking bit, so it's like it just goes to show, like
we
you don't try though, you're not gonna.
You got to give it a go.
And then what happens? Like, they said no. Oh well. Like a lot of people would see that NO.
They said no. Like
okay, there you go.
They said no to begin with, and then was it? I think it was. I also that's really cool. So like I also emailed Ocean Alley's booking manager as well. And Somersault replied and said no. And then they emailed back like 2 weeks later and be like, oh, like blah, blah. And they said the manager of Ocean Alley's like emailed us and said like he'd like to have you guys on board. And we were just like
they wanted, like we were local. Awesome. Like it was another band, like more music on the list. Like
so if you can't get in one row, just go like fucking all angles. You know, it's like
honestly,
what have you got to lose? 100%. Like
I feel like a lot of people are afraid of rejection. And they get rejected, and then like I reckon there'll be so many amazing artists, actors, whatever in the world that have had that given up, and then just stayed just doing whatever they wanted to do. But now like people say, oh, fuck it, all right, it gives me more determination, it gives me more go, it gives me more will.
You don't have to be desperate and annoying. like to
Please.
No, like,
It's like, hey, this is my 37th email. I haven't heard back from you guys yet. I'm just wondering when I'm
Why
going to
is my message not coming
reply.
through?
birthday. It's a 22nd. Please let us play. Like,
It's like you're not going to deny her birthday.
No, but
Yeah, you're
honestly,
gonna deny her, yeah.
you can't be afraid of the no, or like not even
No.
getting your message seen. But like,
Yeah.
you know, like you just find the sweet spot with like nudging and being like,
Yeah.
hey, like we're serious about this.
mm.
I'm not trying to piss you off, but
That's like, yeah, that's the truth of it, and it is just about nudging and approaching it the correct way.
like we have had no's
Yeah.
like with support
Yeah,
apps
heaps of
because
no's.
like the
So
support
many
slot's
no's.
already
You
been
probably had more
filled.
no's than yes.
Oh, 100%.
Like-
And more no replies as well. But, like, you got to imagine, like, it doesn't necessarily mean, like, they haven't read it or they're not, you know, they're usually, like, so courteous when they respond. As well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
that Linux will... It's
But
still,
that-
like,
you're
still
like-
Bonsai, they've read the email. Like, it's in
You're
their
one
head,
of
they've seen
probably
it.
I'll find it
120
pretty
bands
now.
that have
Exactly.
actually
Yeah.
contacted them and things like
Exactly,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the honesty is brilliant because I think it is great for this to be in like archives for someone
Yeah,
to kind of look back at.
Totally.
100%.
Admires.
Beautiful
this type
thing for
of
us. Like,
drive.
fuck, man, we plugged so hard for that first year. Like, yeah, we got lucky with, like, some serious opportunities, but, like, there was like a shitload of admin stuff happening. There were a lot of emails going on. There was a lot of, like, we played an insane amount of gigs earlier this year.
yeah.
Like every fucking weekend or every second weekend. Like, it was on. And
Like
it was
some
great.
gigs, there was no one there.
Yeah.
Like we played to like
Definitely.
the people that come to every gig that we do,
Yeah.
which was like it was still fun. Like it was fun having a smaller
It's good
group to
stuff.
play
Well,
to,
you're
and a
going
gig's
to
a
be
gig.
we're
Like,
doing it regardless because if you're not doing it that night of the gig, you'll be
Yeah.
doing it
at rehearsal.
at
yeah.
rehearsal
Yeah.
Yeah.
at that mum's place. Who
Exactly,
I can't
yeah.
remember her name. He
Yeah.
shouted out at the start of the podcast.
Dwayne's house.
You're going to be doing it at the Dwayne's
Alan
household.
Fran,
Exactly.
So it's just like
Yeah.
shit. Like I'd rather be up here with 20 people having having fun than
Exactly.
no. Rehearsing's fun, but
Yeah.
this is funner, isn't it?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
It's definitely some times on stage where you're like, oh fuck, like this is a lot of work to get here right now, and yeah, there's not many people here, or you know, yeah, maybe you didn't play the best show, but it all forged us to where we are now. And yeah, this first year of plug-in has also fueled us as well to move forward. We're definitely not slowing down.
Also, sort of segue to,
Yeah.
Love that.
do you guys have like a long-term, short-term, kind of mid-term kind of goals, or do you kind of
We
Yeah,
actually
so gig by gig?
Yeah.
We'll probably
actually-
we'll save that because I've already
yeah.
put that in the agenda. So,
Oh!
so we're gonna
reverse card.
we're gonna
Wow.
jump in because we're still in the past futures and gigs, and
Here we go.
we're gonna jump into base
Should
and
have
domain
promoted
next
it.
year.
Oh, of course.
Who's
yeah.
got Jungle Giants, Old Merds, and Teenage Judds? That's actually a huge lineup.
And a
Dude,
secret act.
dude.
Oh, I didn't know that. Old Merds, I saw them at Great Escape this year. They're
Yeah.
fucking unreal. I play them non-stop. I actually love them so much.
Well, they were just
There's
down
such
in
an-
Hobart
yeah.
recently,
They were
and
down
that
recently,
gig
yeah.
apparently went off. I didn't
Yeah.
go, but
I couldn't go unfortunately, but
It looked
they're
great.
such an underrated band, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah.
And it's just two people. It's just
Yeah.
two. I'm going to assume they're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
related or they've known each
Yeah.
other since birth. Absolutely amazing. Talk us about you playing at Basement Domain.
We didn't even know the lineup, which is just as like it's a surprise for you guys, but it's like neither did we. We were like, okay, like we're on it, that's cool. Like maybe we're not, we'll see how it goes. And like bam, they just release a lineup, and
We
we're all sitting and we're like, holy, like that's like big bands. What do
And
you-
like even though it's a small list, like
Exactly.
it's only one day. Like
It's
it'll only
quantity,
be
though.
like
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, that's massive.
and
You
it'll
say
be
maybe.
like it'll be like a set amount of hours of just like, you know,
Yeah.
the 10 or 12 like
Yeah.
artists that are on the lineup. But like we're so excited. It's gonna be so great.
Do you know who the secret headliner is?
We
No,
don't know
yeah, no,
yet.
no,
No, we
no,
actually
yeah.
genuinely do not
Yeah.
know. We're like trying to figure out like, okay, so if Jungle Giants are here,
But you look-
Teenage Giants are
But
here,
But you
Oh,
look
who's
at
that?
we're like a
the
band
thing is,
that
you don't look
would
at that.
fit.
You're like, who's touring and who's doing what?
That's the
Who's got a
thing,
new
yeah.
album out?
MCs
We
Who's
look
got
at
this
that
out?
too,
And you
like-
keep doing your
Who the
research
fuck was
like that.
Roy Lotus or someone. You
Roy
heard it here
Lotus,
first.
Yeah.
Roy Lotus just came
Big
back to
bet.
Sydney, so yeah. Roy
He's
Lotus
mad
have
at
just come back to
us right
Sydney,
now.
so I'll say.
If
But-
not, you'll be in the front line. You liar! They're not here. Get escorted out by security.
Yeah, it's like,
But Tassie Gardens, though, I
plug
think
it,
it's a
plug it so
brilliant,
hard.
brilliant venue.
Oh,
I find
absolutely.
It'll
it.
be, as far as like,
You're in the full element there.
yeah, as far as like tech side of it, it was, I remember speaking to the guys when we were there and they were like, it's a fucking weird venue because you've got like the hill and then it shoots up. Like you get a lot of sound.
Slapback.
Slapback
Yeah.
hitting you. But I mean, I didn't have.
It was great.
What do you mean by
I
that? So
thought
it's
it was
just
great.
like it just like a wind.
Well, like the speakers just like pump it like straight back at you, like it just like deflects straight off this.
So does that affect the
just,
way like the lyrics
back.
and your music comes out? Because it kind of like will be a small echo. Or
it's kind of like a delay.
How's that
Like
work?
in some ways, it can be like we played at Mona once, and they've got a concrete roll. Concrete wall right like in front of you, like up the back.
Is that on the stage in the
and
cast
the
area?
slapback
That was so
horrible.
noticeable.
It was
incredible venue though.
So
Thank you for having us. But
I didn't notice it.
Mad, like it comes back so
it was
bitey.
only in certain moments. Like if the vocals were the most like isolated thing, it would be a slapback.
Yeah.
But if the full band was in, it'd be
But,
okay.
So I was up there for Paddock Kegg's gig, didn't notice a fucking thing.
Yeah.
So we
it's,
wouldn't notice, but probably you guys would.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
no.
It might be
That's what
like
I find
an above the crowd thing as well, because the stage is elevated and like your
true.
ears are a little bit below us, so it's like maybe just it floats back that little bit above everyone's heads.
I didn't notice anything there.
Yeah.
Though,
Yeah. So did Bass and Domain contact you? Because it comes back to Summer Salt Festival. They did like. So is Bass a Domain a touring festival coming down, or is this a local independent?
Just here, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's local. I think it's
here.
local.
Yeah.
I emailed them so long ago because Bass and Domain didn't do anything last year.
That's right. They had.
I don't know if it was because of COVID or what happened, but they didn't decide to do it. But I'd emailed them the year, like pretty much just when we started playing. So I was like, this would be sick, and they never got back to me. And then, funnily enough, just about a month ago, this local band called The Pillars, that we've played a couple of gigs with. You guys should look at maybe getting them on here or check them out. Definitely, great band, great vibes, great bunch of blokes. They put us forward for it, which was incredible.
They contacted us
awesome.
saying, "Hey, like we've just
making those contacts."
They supported us at a gig, and it was by far one of our best gigs yet. Like, we were blown away by their performance as well. It was just like a bunch of young lads. Just
where was this played at?
This was at Hobart Brewing.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
And it was just like we were like, this is great. I want to play with these guys again. We got along so well. And they just shot us an email. They shot us a message on Instagram and said like, oh, you should message.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And see, they're looking for like a couple more acts, and I plugged it pretty hard with Bass and Domain. I messaged him again. I was like, oi, like after the
Bonsai
email.
got you covered.
Yeah, I don't know. You read it.
I read it.
Bonsai got you covered.
I read all the messages.
I just thought they hadn't replied to the first one. I was like, who cares? Like, I've emailed their booking manager really politely, but I thought I'm just going to hit him on Instagram front as well and be like, Bonsai got you covered. Like,
if you're looking
see you then. Just like pretty much back it in. Just like see you then. Like, tell us what time. Like, you know, just actually manifest it that we're going to be there, and they just full went for it. So
awesome.
Yeah, feeling super blessed, and thank you to The Pillars for hooking us up with that.
Yeah,
so it is all about
nice local band too.
Yeah, great local band.
Yeah.
With that Bass and Domain sort of thing. Like, yeah, once again, just seeing a lineup like that, it was definitely like a moment for us as a band, being like, whoa. And I hate to say what Jed said to us and in the group chat in person, but Jed, our guitarist, sort of said something along the lines of, shit, guys, like this is the first time that I've felt somewhat like successful as a band. Like, it was definitely a moment amongst us. I won't word exactly how he worded it. It was a bit like, fuck, are you serious? Like,
I love the call outs of the ball.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
It
This
was-
podcast is calling out people that aren't on here.
I'm glad. I'm sure he'd be happy to let me know, because actually it was such a beautiful thing that he said, and like we were all feeling it. Like I even felt emotional looking at that lineup, but we definitely as a band we all sort of felt that. Wow, like this is actually a bit bigger than what maybe we thought it was for this moment.
And
Like, to pitch yourself every now and then.
Yeah, sometimes for
definitely.
sure.
Like, this
Like
was
we're
a
doing
moment.
this.
I
think
felt
even just like
it.
being in a band and like putting yourself out there, like some people, you know, would probably go like their whole lives without doing something like this with really wanting to.
Yeah.
So actually like
now,
realizing,
just give
fuck,
it a
like
go.
this is so
Adrenaline will be
normal for
unreal.
us, and like this is a day to day for us. Like it in general is just I think a pinch me moment. Like you know, putting so much effort into something that you really love. With, you know, people that have become like a family to you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're in your element. That's
Thanks.
what it is.
But,
Full element.
Yeah, I think as well, like, it's not for us about, like, seeing our name climb up a lineup, but actually seeing the proof in the pudding. Like, okay, we were down here, and we've actually moved a little bit further up compared to Party in the Paddock. Like, it's actually to see that. Like, it's not what it means at the end of the day, but to see it, it's kind of like assurance of, whoa.
Just
like
to see your name next to like someone else, like the Jungle Jones or something like that, it is sort of like, fuck, like that's cool.
That's why it feels to us having you guys.
There's no other way. There's no other way to sugarcoat it or put it. I could be here like, yeah, it is what it is. But no, it's actually like I'll be like for real. Like it's such a cool feeling.
I missed out on getting a Party in the Paddock jumper or like merch or something with our name on it. I was so
I don't think we were on it.
No, we were.
Oh, was it the cups we didn't make? We were pissed off ourselves. We went on the cup. We were like, Jed, no, we haven't.
I don't know if you'll have
there
it.
you go.
I don't know if you'll have it.
How big's the line for that then?
That's the old one.
Absolutely
there is
squeezed.
one on there.
There's like, I think we were all having beers and like,
That's the
Jed
rest
or-
in peace party.
Yeah, could have even been Nate's and he's like, do you know we're not even fucking on this? He was like going through all the names on the cup. He's like, we're not even
No,
on it.
I missed out on getting merch, and I was like,
Yeah. Fuck that. Someone out
So
there
bad.
has a name on a hoodie, so we'll track that down.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Be on
We'll track that
eBay
down.
one day.
I'll buy it. It's like one person bidding. It's just me at home. Like,
$20,000.
please, just like draining the Bonsai bank account on this like hoodie. Just like, please give me a merch, please.
Frameable. That's what it is. Beautiful.
We'll probably any other upcoming events or past gigs that we didn't cover that you guys want to talk about before we have a little break again.
You can finally answer my question that I asked.
Yeah.
Would you like to ask your question again, sir?
So when it comes to planning gigs or
Yep.
your future, does it come down to like long term, mid term,
Yeah.
even short term, or
Put
do you
this
just
on.
go gig by gig?
Yeah, well, I think like every gig's like a learning curve in some way. We kind of walk away being like, yeah, well, fuck, that was actually like that was decent. But we've always got something being like, okay, like this is what we need to like crack down on next rehearsal. We just like always noticing things that we can be better at, which I think is a good thing, because if we walked away being like, fuck yeah, our shit don't stink, that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
For
Because
sure.
your shit do stink.
Because it does. It's shit. But I think we've like only recently really sat down and be like, okay, like we can be all for living in the moment and just creating and having fun, but we do need to create a timeline. And especially with like creating so much music, we've actually sat down and like mapped out all of our songs and what sort of purpose they can have and like what larger body of work they can exist in, which has been really great to kind of give everything its like kind of sole purpose, like all of our music, rather than just it being a song that we like.
Yeah. Like if it wants to be in an album
Or an
a
EP.
single or an EP, like
So we've actually
we've mapped it out. We've grouped would be the
We've
word. Like
grouped.
we've grouped songs according to like where they sort of fit together or at what point in time they've been written and what works together well, especially for EPs and albums.
Well,
like, that's really
with your
important.
other songs on your Spotify, was that the Bonsai band, like all of you guys coming together?
Yeah.
But it's just like you guys weren't fully committed? Because like your first song was uploaded like 2022 or 2023?
No,
Yeah.
it was last year, our first release.
Was that Valentine or was
It was
B?
Blondes.
Or was
Blondes.
Blondes was our
Sorry.
first song. I think like we were with a different
With
producer
producers
engineer
at the time,
and like we were so new, we just didn't know how to navigate a studio with each other, and like we were so in the zone to try and play perfectly, and then just closed off for like all the bells and whistles that like you hear in like No Cleo now.
the extras, the sprinkles,
Yeah.
the extra love you can put in afterwards. Plus, like those first 3 songs we released, like Blondes, Land of Honey, and Valentine, not really that insanely known, but they were all one take tracks as well.
Yeah.
All of us in the same room, so nothing was
Isolated.
isolated. We were all in it, as close as we are now,
Yeah.
with amps, with fucking mattresses over the top of them, trying to like muffle it and not make the bleed so sufficient. Which was like
Which is-
sick
and
looking
it-
back. It's
and
actually
was-
so sick.
That's
It
what
was
I mean.
so-
That's the
really
journey.
fun.
Yeah, it's actually
It was
so
what we
sick,
wanted
man.
to. Like, we were adamant of,
Oh,
like,
we just
okay,
went
we want
out,
to encapsulate, but we also wanted to encapsulate the vibe altogether.
Yeah.
But then, in retrospect, we're like, okay, we actually want a polished product.
Yeah, want some
So
radio quality.
what can we actually do now? So yeah, we recorded actually 2 songs, No Cleo, and another song that we'll be releasing soon with Hugo.
I can't wait to hear it at Great Escape.
Yes, so true. With Hugo Bladel, who's an amazing multi-instrumentalist, instrumentalist,
Been a great,
producer,
great person for us
performer,
to be with,
DJ,
yeah.
which has been great because
good person in
Yeah,
general,
absolutely.
just a great guy.
Awesome.
Been like a real good role model to us.
absolutely, and
Good
he's
guidance.
never really recorded bands aside from us, so it was a
Yeah.
like great experience for both of us. And we're so happy with the product. And yeah, we've got another song that is in the works now that we've actually already pretty much recorded.
So finished. Yeah.
So that'll be our next kind of like benchmark
New Year,
pinpoint
early.
thing.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say recorded, do you have like 4 records of the same song? Like you've done it 4 times and then someone listens to it back over and says, all right, the 3rd time that we sung it's probably our best. And then you release that version? Or do you try to do it in one
in a
take and try to
sense.
make it a bit more organic?
Well, we usually have like drums. Drums is just like Nate will play maybe
Lay
like
down the track
twice
to a
or
click.
3 times, and we just we work on it and get it like Jed might be in the room with him playing as well, so they can sort of bounce off each other. But yeah, like I mean, yeah, we do just pick the best one in the end. Like it is just definitely a combination of looking back and
Sifting
really
through, fine tuning.
like,
But the thing is, like, we might like something from a take that we hated the rest of it.
yeah.
Like,
So, when that's a great point. So when, like, this says Nate's on the drums, fucking loving it.
Yeah.
That might be his best version. So you're like, let's keep this, and then you just had the best singing of your life, but everything else wasn't great. So let's combine you and the drummer together, and then trying to combine everything else. Or do you still try to make sure everyone plays at the same time for the track?
So we've like created a formula where like we're only in the room focusing on recording the one thing. So like then it's not a matter of like we've got a really shit like vocal line, but the drums are still in the back. Like it's a matter of okay, we'll lay down Nate just by himself. Then we do everything else,
Nate,
and then
drums, bring someone else in.
vocals are
Polish
last.
guitar, someone else in.
Vocals are last, so we can, and we often operate with like
A
one
separate
track.
day as well. It's always
True.
a separate day for vocals.
True.
So it's like goodbye, like
But like
time.
with a one track, so we sing the whole song, no stops, no starts, start to finish. But then we'll do section by section because it's like there might be a golden nugget.
It's so interesting hearing this.
Yeah, that's it.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Because some people, like you said, some people you've gone out, bang, like all your other tracks you've done it in organic, done.
Exactly.
But then you're trying to
behind the
actually really
Totally
develop the best version of it. And
Absolutely.
then hopefully when you play live, it all comes together because playing live's a make or break it.
Absolutely.
100%.
You get one shot.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think that's what we tried to let go of because we wanted to encapsulate like a live feel, a bit more raw and organic in our music. But then hearing it, we're like, oh, but we're not 100% sold on how it's sounding. And then we kind of had to remove like what we wanted to achieve and actually achieve it in a way where we were going to get a product that we really liked.
100%.
And I think we've found a new formula that works really well for us.
Yeah, the layout currently is
and we didn't play to a click track in our first 3 songs that we've released.
So if someone like real musical tunes in, they'll be like, fuck, they're out of time a little bit. Fuck, they're out there. Like,
well, onwards and upwards, I think.
Oh, that's it. And like Charlotte just said before, especially with vocals or something like that, being able to lay down like a raw track, like just a one take, and then being able to come back in and try multiple parts, like, you set up like the first verse and it will just repeat and loop, and you can sing that 10 times until you get one, like Charlotte said, that might have that golden nugget. It might have that sprinkle of, even if it's just a husk or a it could be anything, just some little could even be like a defect in your voice that you necessarily a defect that you necessarily like wouldn't actually want in there, but your producer and other people in the room, and then upon listening back you actually go, that's so different, and that's I could never replicate that again if I tried, and it actually works. So
I think to answer your question, sorry, I've just realised we've gone on a tangent.
Yeah, that's what's good about it. That's why I just sat back and haven't said anything.
Because
talking
smack. It made me just like circle back to fuck. There was a question at the start.
Yeah, that's like what we've been talking for 5 to 10 minutes. That's why when you ask me, it's like, how long will the record be? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it just happens. It just happens.
I don't even. Yeah.
I don't
There's no conclusion to the question.
Both was thinking, did I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's happening?
To be fair, I was just happy listening.
This has all just made me think, like, talking about like our past and like progressing. Like, I think we definitely do. We are now working with like a timeline, and like the present and the future is really important. Like Joe's mentioned before, like not losing like touch with the present and now and creating and everything is like really important. But like we do need a plan because we can't just wing it forever and just go in blind. So getting a bigger body of work is like our next main focus once we've kind of gotten a few more singles out. We want to be working while we're pumping out product and content and being a few steps ahead. And ultimately,
exactly like what we're trying to do now. It's exactly what it is.
It's been like a gnarly thing for us because, like, I don't have my hands in the pie to know what other artists and bands are doing. But like a beautiful thing that we've been doing, like Charlotte just said, is this trying to work at the same time. And when I say work, I mean as a band, like do gigs and also make music, we have not had to use a single cent of our own personal money currently for recording, which has been the most insane thing, and is an honest like I'm so proud of us for
it's
that.
a testament to like the
I'm
work
so
that we
proud.
put in. Like,
it's been incredible because we all have our own jobs and we all have our own things going on, we have our own lives and insurances and random life shit that like sucks the money dry from you. But
those fixed costs get you.
Yeah, there you go. And it's been an incredible thing to like just work so hard as a band and to use the money that we've made solely for beers on Sundays and for recording and releasing music. And it's been incredible. Yeah, it's been great. So, like Charlotte said, moving forward with a plan, that's definitely it. To keep making money, to keep gigging, but then also, you know, have this plan in
enjoy the bloody process.
That's exactly right.
100%.
I think you guys both sound very grounded. You both know the potential. You both got kind of a visionary mindset. I think it's brilliant. So,
thanks, guys.
Is there any plugs or anything? Because, where can people reach you?
You can reach us on Spotify and Instagram, Apple Music,
SoundCloud soon,
YouTube.
I'm begging for it.
Yeah.
I'm begging for it.
Just all the usual places to reach us, really. And we appreciate all the support and we appreciate you guys for having us on here as well. It's been it's been a blast.
No, we enjoy it.
One more thing to add to it.
Yeah,
do you want to? You've been calling them out all episode. Do you want to mention the names of other parts of the band and to give them a shout out as well?
Yeah, let's do it. So we'd like to shout out.
Thank you for tuning into Talkin'Smack podcast.
You shout out?
Huh?
Shout out? To Jed and
Oh
Nate.
shit, sorry, sorry.
I was
like, what?
Yeah,
Look,
shout out
there's other band members?
to Jed, Nate and Carter. Shout out, boys.
That's brilliant.
I honestly, you guys probably could have fit, like, seriously.
We probably could have. I mean, I'm on this.
You guys
doesn't phase me at all.
Two people. I was like, oh, bugger.
Brilliant.
Yeah, bugger.
But we've only ever done 4, including the host, so it's like we didn't know how it would work. But supposed to get one here, one considered one.
It's like lie crosses or something like that. It's like, we'll be fine. Yeah. It'll be really good.
I'm sure there's going to be a future time where we can be able to expand the setup.
100%. If you expand or want us back in the new year, we'd absolutely love it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this has been great.
Before we wrap it up, got one more question. If you were to do a Triple J like a version, what song would you guys choose? I asked this for Powder Keg.
We were actually, like, it was so funny being, like, we were on the radio today for ABC and performed a couple of songs. And it was like, this is our like version right now, but we're not doing a like version.
Yeah.
So it was really funny. Like, I mean, well, for us, like, our kind of cover is Big Jet Plane. Yeah. Like, every time
I actually was looking through your Instagram, get a bit of information. I listened to that. I was like, wow, that's a great version of it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And, like, it translates so well at gigs. Like, no one really expects what it is when we start it. And then the first words, like, everyone's like, ah!
Start slow, hit them pretty rocky.
The Powder
in the
Keg Boys
half.
actually got a really, like, awesome video of us performing it
they
from the
did too,
fundraiser, and
from the
everyone was
fundraiser.
moving their hands. It was beautiful.
Great video.
Honestly, probably I would say, like, it's a staple for us.
Big Jet Plane would be our...
Can I love how you guys, like, sitting down on the ground and you're, like, all cramped in
in
a corner and Instagram, like, that looks so awkward, but it works.
Right?
I love that.
We're seeing Nate up the back, just, like, tapping this little tenor, and it's so cute. Bless his soul.
So that was a cover. What about the original? Which one would you play that you originally...
What do you think went best today on ABC?
What songs did you play on ABC?
I'd probably just say No Clue off the top of my head, just because it's out right now.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, if Triple J were like, come on today, you know, it'd definitely between...
Well, it's only because you don't want to tell us what your other release is.
So true.
So you guys don't want to say, hey, look, right now.
Guys, close the jazz.
I'll tell you right now.
I think, we played Valentine today, and we played... No Cleo.
Yeah.
So it'd be one of those that we did for an original for sure.
Awesome.
Why not both? I don't know.
A mashup.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that's Rob. Thanks for coming on the podcast, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been, I know Bradford's, we've been talking about for a while, and to get people on that we haven't met before as well, so it was a bit of an awkward situation for us, but we loved it. So hopefully you guys loved it as much as me and Bradford.
It's been great. Thank you so much.
Talking
Exactly right. So thank you to Charlotte.
Been talking to Schmack.
Thank you to Joe. You're going to tune into a lot more episodes to come in. Bradford are doing a lot of works behind the scenes, so make sure you subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you can to spread the word.
Get ourselves back up to the number one.
Get up to the number one.
We were number one for a while, then we've dropped off.
You guys are our number one
come
Talking
back,
Smack.
Go follow Bonsai Band and make sure you go check out the new single, please. And thank you very much. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Beautiful.
Right.